Good morning, students. Our next theorem is continuity of a function having the domain with a topological space having quotient topology. So let us take x tau be a topological space and y with the quotient topology with respect to the mapping f from x into y. Here the mapping f that is an onto map. So y with this topology that is a topological space, and let us take z is another topological space having the topology tau dash. G is a function from the topological space y into z. Then we prove that the function g is continuous if and only if the composition of g and f is continuous. So first of all, let us take the function g, which is from y into z, that is to be proved continuous, and the composition of g and f, which is from x into z, that is given to be continuous. Now to prove function g is continuous, we prove that inverse image of every open set in z is open in y. So let us take a member from the topology of z. That member we have taken as h. H belongs to the topology of z. Topology of z is tau dash. So let us take h belongs to tau dash. We are to prove that inverse image of h under the function g that belongs to the topology of y. Now, in order to prove G inverse H belongs to the topology tau double star, let us use the given condition. Because we are given that the function GOF, that is continuous function, it means if we have an open set in the topology of Z, then its inverse image under the function GOF, that will be open in X. Now we have the member H from tau dash. So its inverse image under the function GOF, that will belongs to tau. Now by definition, GOF inverse that can be written as F inverse of G inverse of H. Now because this belongs to tau, and therefore by definition of quotient topology, we can say that G inverse H belongs to the topology tau double star. So we have proved inverse image of every open set in Z is open in Y. So this proves the continuity of the function g. Now conversely, we are given that the function g from y into z is continuous function, and also we are given function f from x into y, that is also a continuous function, and we know that composition of two continuous functions is continuous. So we can say that the composition of g and f, that is continuous. So this completes the proof of the theorem. Now our next theorem is x and y are two topological spaces with topology tau and tau dash respectively, and function f from x into y is continuous and onto function if the function f is either open or closed. Then the topology tau dash, that is same as the quotient topology with respect to the mapping f. So in order to prove this, let us define the quotient topology on y. By definition, this is the collection of all those subsets of y whose inverse image under f belongs to tau. Now we are given function f is continuous and onto. Now we know that quotient topology is the largest topology such that the function f is continuous. Now because function f is continuous, and therefore we can say that the topology tau dash will be contained in the topology tau double star, because this topology is the largest topology such that the function f is continuous. Now we are to prove converse. To prove conversely, we are to prove that tau double star is contained in the topology tau dash. So let us take a member B belonging to this topology. Now by definition of quotient topology, the inverse image of B under F belongs to the topology tau. Now we are to prove the theorem in two parts. Firstly for the open map and then for the closed map. Firstly we prove the part for the open mappings. So firstly F is open map. So by definition of open mapping, image of every open set in X will be open in Y. Now this is open in X, so its image under F will be open in Y. It means image of F inverse B under F belongs to topology of Y. Topology of Y is tau dash. So we can say from here that B belongs to tau dash. B belonging to this topology implies that B belongs to tau dash. So we have proved the topology tau double star is contained in the topology tau dash. So combining these two parts, we get tau double star is same as the topology tau dash. It means the topology tau dash becomes same as the quotient topology on Y with respect to the mapping F. Now we prove it in the second case when the function is closed map. Now we are given the function F from X into Y that is closed and continuous map. Now in order to prove that the quotient topology tau double star is contained in the topology tau, it is sufficient to prove that the collection of their closed sets are same. So let us take the collection of closed sets for the topology tau dash be denoted by the collection B dash, and the collection of all the closed sets in the topology tau double star that is denoted by the collection B double star. Now we are to prove that the topology tau double star is contained in the topology tau dash. We prove that the collection of closed sets of this topology is contained in the collection of closed sets of this topology, and the collection of closed sets with this topology is B dash. So let us take a member from this collection of closed sets, and that member we have taken as K. Now K belongs to the collection of closed sets in this topology. It means K is closed with respect to this topology. Now because the function F is continuous, so by definition inverse image of every closed set in Y will be closed in X. So F inverse K is closed in the topology tau. Now because F is closed map, by definition a mapping is closed if the image of closed set in X will be closed in Y. So its image under F will be closed in Y. It means K is closed in Y. It means K is closed with respect to the topology tau dash. So K belongs to the collection B dash. So we have proved the collection of closed sets with respect to the topology tau double star is contained in the collection of closed sets with respect to topology tau dash. So this proves that the topology tau double star is contained in tau dash, and therefore we have obtained tau double star is same as the quotient topology. Tau dash is same as the quotient topology tau double star. So this completes the proof of the theorem. Now next we define quotient topological space. Let us take a topological space X tau and we define an equivalence relation R on the set X. Let us take an element X belonging to X and Rx be the equivalence class of X. Let us take the collection of all the equivalence classes of element X denoted by X by R, and we define a natural map Q from X into X by R by Q of X is equal to the equivalence class of X. Now this mapping Q, that is an onto map, so we can define a quotient topology on X by R. By definition, quotient topology is the collection of all those H which are contained in X by R such that their inverse image under Q belongs to the topology of X. Now the topology of X is tau. Then this ordered pair formed by X by R with this quotient topology tau R, this is known as quotient topological space of the given topological space by the relation R. Next we prove the theorem based on this definition. Let us take X tau be a topological space and Y with quotient topology tau double star is a topological space. With respect to tau double star is a quotient topology with respect to onto function f. Then we are to prove that there exists a relation R on X such that the topological space Y is homeomorphic to the quotient space X by R. Now, in order to prove this, first of all we are to define a relation which will be equivalence relation. So let us define a relation R on the set X. To define the relation, let us take two elements X and X star belonging to X. We define X is related to X star if the image of X under F is same as image of X star under F. Now we are to prove that this relation is equivalence relation. So we are to verify the three conditions: reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So firstly, to prove relation is R is reflexive. So let us take an element belonging to the set X. To prove reflexive, we are to prove that this element is related to itself. Now according to the definition of relation, because image of X under F is same as f of X, so we can say X is related to itself. So we can say that every element of X is related to itself. So by definition, the relation is reflexive relation. Now to prove symmetric, let us take two elements X and X star belonging to the set X such that X is related to X star. Now we are to prove that X star is related to X. Now because X is related to X star, so by definition of relation which we defined in the equation 1, the image of X under F will be same as image of X star under F, and this equation further be written as f of X star is equal to f of X. So this proves that the element X star is related to X. Thus for two elements X and X star belonging to X such that X is related to X star, this implies that X star is related to X. So this proves the symmetry of the relation R. Now next we prove that the relation is transitive relation. To prove transitive, let us take three elements from the set X. Those elements we have taken X, X star and X double star, such that first element is related to second and second element is related to third. Now the element X is related to X star, so by definition of relation their images under the function f will be same. Also the element X star is related to the element X double star, so again by definition of relation their images under f are same. So from here we can see that image of X under f is same as image of X double star under f. So this proves that the relation is transitive also. So we have verified all the three conditions: reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So we can say that the relation is equivalence relation. Now next we define a mapping Q from X into the quotient space X by R. Let us take an element X, image of X under Q, that is an element of the quotient space. So that will be of the form of equivalence class of X. So we have taken Q of X is equal to Rx for every element X belonging to X. Now we proved that the two spaces x by r and y, these are homeomorphic. To prove these are homeomorphic, let us define functions h from x by r into y. So to define this function, let us take an element of x by r. By definition of the element of x by r of the form of equivalence classes. So Rx, we have taken the equivalence class of x. This is an element of x by r. Let us define its image under H by f of x, because f is a mapping from x into y. Now we show that this mapping is well-defined map. To prove this is well-defined, let us take two elements from the domain of H. Now the domain of H, that is the quotient space x by r. So by definition, its elements will be of the form of equivalence classes. So let us take two equivalence classes, one of the element x and one of x star. So Rx and Rx star are the two elements. Let us take these two elements are equal, and we prove that their images under H will also be same. Now by definition, because the equivalence classes of x and x star are equal, so by definition of relation, x is related to x star, implies image of x under f will be same as image of x star under f. So from here we can say that the image of Rx under H is same as image of Rx star under H. So this proves that mapping H is well-defined map. Now next we prove that this mapping H is continuous map. To prove H is continuous map, we prove that the composition of H with Q, that is continuous. So let us take the element x from x and we find its image under the mapping HOQ. So by definition of composition, this can further be written as H of Q of x. Now Q of x, that is Rx, and image of Rx under H, that is f of x. And so we have obtained HOQ mapping is same as the mapping f. And because f is continuous, so we can say that composition of H with Q is continuous. Now next we define a mapping G from Y into the quotient space x by r. To define this mapping, let us take an element y belonging to the set y. Now because the mapping f is onto map, so by definition of onto, for every y belonging to y, we have an element x belonging to x, such that this y is the image of x. So we can define G by G of y is equal to Rx. Now next we claim that this mapping G is well-defined map. To prove G is well-defined, let us take there exists an element x star belonging to x, such that y is equal to f of x star. Now we have to prove that Rx is equal to Rx star. Now we have taken f of x is equal to f of x star, and we prove that their images under G are same. Now because image of x under f is same as image of x star under f, so by definition we can say that these two elements are related to each other. X is related to x star, it means equivalence class of element x will be same as equivalence class of element x star. So by definition we can say that G is well-defined mapping. Now next we prove that the mapping G is continuous map. To prove the mapping G is continuous, it is sufficient to prove that the composition of G and F is continuous. Now in order to prove this, we prove that the mapping G of F is equal to Q. So let us take an element x belonging to the domain of this mapping. domain of this mapping is X. So let us take an element from X. Now we find its image under X. We find its image under a mapping GOF. So by definition of composition, this can be written as G of f of X. Now G of f of X, that is the equivalence class of X, and equivalence class of X, that is same as image of X under Q. So the mapping GOF is continuous, and therefore we can say that G is continuous map. Now it remains to prove that the mapping GOH is identity on quotient space X by R, and HOG is identity on Y. Now in order to prove this, let us take an element from the quotient space X by R and we find its image under the mapping GOH. By definition of composition, this can be written as G of H of Rx. Now H of Rx, that is f of X, and f of X, that is Y. So and G of Y, that is Rx. So we can say that the mapping GOH, that is identity on the quotient space X by R. Now it remains to prove that HOG, that is identity on Y. In order to prove this, let us take an element Y belonging to the set Y. Now because mapping F from X into Y is onto map, so this Y will be the image of some element of X. So there exists an element from the set X such that Y is the image of that element. So Y is equal to Fx. Now let us find the image of Y under the mapping HOG. By definition, Y is f of X. So this will become H of G of f of X. Now G of f of X, that is Rx, and H of R of X, that is f of X, and f of X, that is Y. So we have proved that for every Y belonging to Y, its image under the mapping HOG, that is same as Y. So we can say that the mapping HOG is identity of Y. So by definition, we can say that the two spaces Y and the quotient space X by R are homeomorphic, and this completes the proof of the theorem.